Salute, 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 salute. Welcome to the Real Big Fruit Podcast. Today I will be recording episode 6, The Queen That Saved My Life. The continuation of the incarceration of Fruitquan continues with The Queen That Saved My Life. Okay, we dealing with marriage and parole boards now. It's the top of 2008. Me and my wife doing the visit thing hard. We getting to know each other. And in the process of getting to know each other, I got to learn who she is. And learning who she was, it blew my mind. To know that she was so strong and so resilient throughout her life's obstacles and trials and tribulations. And here she is in front of me, not only expressing it to me, but she's letting me know you could get through yours too. These are conversations I'm not used to. These are conversations that are scary for me. These are conversations that are confusing, but these are conversations that are needed in order for me to heal, in order for me to evolve and progress in life. So basically, my wife is the one on our way. This is on our way to marriage. Because she got to make sure I'm right. You know what I'm saying? My wife is the one who explained to me that in life, you got to deal with things wrong in order to get them right. That's what I got from the message she gave me. You got to deal with some things wrong in order for them to get right. And I'm going to get back to that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? My wife helped me evolve. And it was some stipulations laid down in the relationship before the marriage. Like, the most important stipulation was therapeutic programming. Okay, I got to take certain programs to satisfy the parole board. Anyway, okay, I'll do it. That's how I was taking it. But she was like, nah, you need to take certain programs so that you can evolve and learn to deal with your trauma. Learn to deal with your pain. Learn to deal with the trauma, hurt, and pain you caused other people. You got to process this shit before you come home. You got to process this shit before you become my husband. Real talk. I'm dealing with a God-fearing woman. Like, she had me in the Bible. She had me in church. Like, she was putting her stamp on shit. And I wasn't fighting her. I wasn't resisting. I was evolving. And I was enjoying the person that I was becoming because of this woman. Yeah, real talk. So now, we tied a knot, we get married. I don't like to say shotgun wedding, but it was an institutional wedding. Shout out to my best men. I had 2 best men at my wedding. Shout out to my big homie Swells. Hold your head. We love you. See you soon. Free Swells. Yeah, we will see him soon. I believe they're going to let him go. And shout out, salutes to my boy Daquan out of Marcy. Corfup alum. Shout out. Those was my best men at my wedding. Word, I remember writing my vows and all that. Reciting them. Scared to death. But yeah, it was cool. The marriage was cool. My youngest daughter, Tarika, was on deck. Shout out to my youngest daughter. That's my baby girl. It was a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? So once I took my wife's hand in marriage, like I said, I wrote vows. I recited vows. And now it's time to live up to them. Now it's time to live up to them. So I'm off and running. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm enjoying being a married man in the jail. Can't wait to throw my name on that in that FRP cycle and get a trailer. You know what I'm saying? That's what they doing down here in Chihuahua. Everybody doing their biz, everybody married, everybody going in the trailers. It's my time to shake and bake. I done did all that shit in the mountains. I done did all that fighting, stabbing, box time, tickets. I done did all that shit. Now it's time for me to do my bid comfortably as I make my way to the parole board. This is no bullshit, son. I just got married. I got married in March. I had to wait 30 days to put in for an application for the trailer. No. Yeah, some shit like that. In that time frame that it took to wait to put the application in, I got into an incident. Yeah, man. I never forget. An early morning breakfast run. Me and the homie Big OG Noop, we going to breakfast. Got into some shit where Spanish boy was serving the food. It was only like 4 of us. And he just like gave my motherfuckers the bare minimum. Like, and I'm like, yo, if I got out my bed this early in the morning to come up here and eat, that mean I'm hungry. You got a million fucking waffles back there and you just giving everybody 3 and it's only 4 of us up here. Like, damn, no love, no consideration. I felt some type of way about that shit. I ain't say nothing. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Nuke was like, yo, leave that shit alone. I'm like, leave that shit alone. He like, nigga, you say something to that little nigga, you gonna have to whip that nigga ass. I'm like, nah. I'ma just let him know, man, it ain't got to be like that. Like, alright. Alright. Now, I'm not thinking. I'm waiting to go on a trailer. I'm waiting to put my application in for a trailer. That shit ain't that serious. Leave that shit alone. Ego, pride is a motherfucker, bro. That's my message to the OGs that ain't got it together. And that's my message to the shorties that's listening to Big Fruit. Ego and pride is a motherfucker. You gotta let go your ego. You gotta swallow your pride. I'm pushing 50. And I'm still learning that, bro. I'm not perfect. I'm not preaching to you. I'm just telling you what's real. You gotta let go your ego and swallow your pride. So I couldn't do that back then. Needless to say, it was a Saturday morning, cell cleanup. When they cracked us all out to clean our cells, I was on the flat, he was upstairs. I went upstairs to have a conversation with this man. Ain't on no bullshit. I ain't come to fight. I ain't got no weapon on me. I just want to talk because I do believe we can reach a resolution. I'm at a point in my life where I can talk, I can use my motherfucking words to resolve shit. Especially something that bothers me. So I felt I could have a conversation. If he didn't want to have the conversation, so be it. But I'm going to ask him, can we have a conversation? No bullshit, son. I ain't on no bullshit. I ain't going to start no bullshit. I go to the nigga's cell. Yo, this is my word. The cell was open. He was in the cell. When I came to the door of the cell, I might have took 1, maybe 2 steps into his cell. Before I could utter my first 3 words, can I talk to you? Like, I think he had his back turned when I first came to the cell. So he was like in a motion, mopping his floor, cleaning something. He was in a motion where when I approached the cell, we made eye contact. So he didn't have his back totally turned to me like on some creep shit I snuck upon him. When I was approaching the cell, he was turning around and we made eye contact. And before I could get those words out, can I talk to you? I was standing in that nigga's cell by myself. That nigga was out behind me. That nigga got the fuck out of that cell, son. No bullshit. I was like, yo, can I talk to you? He was like, yeah, what's up? I was like, yo, bro, it ain't no beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I see he was a little off edge. I'm like, yo, it ain't no beef, son. I'm just saying, like, nigga come up there, nigga try to eat early in the morning. I go work out every morning. If I come up there and it ain't 1,000 niggas up there, you got 1,000,000 waffles, feed a nigga. And I'm going to do the same when I'm working up there. He like, yeah, all right. He walked away. He went left, I went right. As the motherfucker running left, he running down the galleries in Spanish asking for a hammer. Yo, let me get a hammer, let me get a hammer, let me get a hammer. I don't know what the fuck the nigga saying. I keep it pushing. I'm going to my cell. Remember, I'm upstairs on his floor. Now I got to go downstairs to my cell. I don't know this nigga riled up. I'm thinking we reached a level of understanding. As I'm going to my fucking cell, son. He come around the gallery. Now we like, we in distance of each other now. Now he done came downstairs, I'm going to my cell. And his whole motherfucking temperature changed. Now he like, yo, what's up? I'm like, what? Now we right in front of the police. The police in the bubble opening all the cells for the cell cleanup and shit. This is taking place right here in front of the bubble. Yo, what's up? I'm like, what? Police watching us. I looked at the police. I'm like, ah, shit. So I'm like, yo, now remember, we on the first floor now. I live on the flat. So I'm like, yo, come in. Let me talk to you. I'm trying to get the nigga to my cell. Get this nigga to my cell. I'm going to wash him up. So now I'm like, yo, come here. Come talk to me down here. He like, nah. The nigga took a swing at me in front of the bubble. In front of the police. I personally felt once he swung in front of the police and the police seen him do it, I got the green light. And I pressed go. My nigga. I ain't got to go into the details how I did this nigga dirty. Shout out to KK from Brownsville, a.k.a. Kino, a.k.a. Drip, a.k.a. Wavy, a.k.a. the flyest nigga I ever known. That's my guy. Straight jacket. KK was with a mop ringer going to clean his cell. I was like, yo, give me that mop ringer. He was like, nah, son. I had the nigga by one ankle. He was swimming like a fish out of water. I said, give me the mop ringer. KK said, nah, man. I ain't giving you no motherfucking mop ringer. I was going to bust that nigga's skull and spend the rest of my life in prison. Real talk. Needless to say, KK ain't give me the mop ringer. He saved my life and his. He saved my life and that boy life. He ain't give me that motherfucking mop ringer. But anyway, the funniest shit about that little scrap was this. I'll never forget. Well, like I said, remember I had him by one ankle. He was swarming like a fish out of water, right? The police came to squawk, yeah, break it up. So when they came, I had the motherfucker. And they was like, Bailey, just let him go. Yo, this is my word, son. If I'm lying, I'm flying. the good Lord can strike me down. And I told y'all earlier, my wife is a God-fearing woman. I've been in the Bible. I have my connection with the Creator. If I'm lying, he will strike me dead right now. When they all rolled up in that motherfucker, they all was like, yo, just let him go, Bailey, let him go. But it's creatine gang time. Yo, this is my word. I grabbed that motherfucker by his throat and by his ankles. And I picked that nigga up above my head. And I threw that motherfucker about 7 to 8 feet away from me. Into a mailbox. Y'all want him? Take him. I threw that motherfucker, son. Word, that was the funniest shit about that little scrap. Word to mother. I should have told that shit on St. Lance. That shit was historic. Word to mother. But yeah, that was an incident. That was a hiccup for me, son. That was a hiccup for me waiting for my first trailer. Know what I'm saying? Being that the nigga tried to, get his shit off in front of the police. It was like, yo, fist fight, 14 days keep locked. That shit ain't affect me putting my application in. Real talk. So I was able to get my first application in and get that first trailer. First trailer was beautiful. I still remember it. Shit, I still taste it. Word to well out. I still taste it. That was my first trailer. It was amazing. And it was what? December. Snowstorm. Shout out to OG ET out of Queens. Yeah, I think it was Eric Taylor. That's the homeboy. Yeah, the OG. The OG from Queens. Word up. Shout out ET. Me and ET was out there, man. He taught me the ropes of going out on the trailer with your wife and shit. Schooled me to that shit. He made sure me and my wife was comfortable. He knew it was our first time. And he really, I don't want to say he neglected his wife, but they together, they neglected their quality time to make sure we was alright. And that was well appreciated, bro. Word up. If I never thanked you, I'm thanking you now. That was dope. But yeah, I got that first trailer, man. And then, man, I got the second one and all hell broke loose. Everybody in Shawon Correctional Facility knew about this shit, man. I went on a motherfucking second trailer 45 days later. So I'm in the cycle. I'm like, oh shit. I'm out here every 45 days with my wife. This shit is, I got hit at my first board. I skipped something. I forgot to tell y'all. I went to the first board in April 2008. It wasn't really much to talk about. We all know how that go. First parole board. It's the Pataki era. Is it? Is it still the Pataki era? Yeah, it's the Pataki era. Violent offenders do not make the parole board. UCR. That's just what it is. You don't make the parole board. It was an unwritten rule in the Pataki era. If I'm lying, I'm flying, bro. If you was a prisoner, a convict, convicted of a felon in New York State in the 2000s, in the Pataki era, you understood there was a unwritten rule. Violent felons, CR, if they have a CR date. Period. So I went into my relationship and my marriage with me and my wife having that full understanding. That's why the first parole board was so easy to just skip. Especially the first parole board. So we went into the marriage understanding, yeah, you ain't gonna make no boards. You're gonna CR. Pataki already got that stamped on everybody. Alright, cool. That was a good look that my wife had that understanding, bro. Because that's just what the fuck they did. But it gets deeper. I'm going to tell you some more shit. Just from my personal point of view. I don't speak for my wife. I speak for me. First board, they hit me. We already know that. Nature and crime. Get out of here. Cool. All right. So now I'm in this FRP shit. Board was April. First trailer was December. Second trailer, I never forget. It's February 09. Go out on my second trailer. ET showed me the ropes, showed me what to do. I bought a camera. I ordered film. So the police got to give me a camera. I'm new to this shit, so Although E.T. schooled me, it was certain shit I didn't catch. Like when the motherfucker gave me the camera, as soon as he gave it to me, I should have bust a shot. I didn't do that. He gave me the camera, I signed for the shit, I roll out. I get to the trailer, I throw the shit to the side, I go watch TV, whatever. Later on that day, I pick up the camera, take a picture. No motherfucking film. The fuck? Call this motherfucker, he ain't answering the phone. I go outside, I'm begging on the door. Yo. He ain't answering the door. I gotta get in touch with this nigga. This shit crazy. I think I slipped up when I told somebody on the phone I'm looking for him and why. I mentioned that film. Now this shit becomes a security issue. When they contact that motherfucker, he panicked. Oh shit, he comes out to the trailer. Yo, you call, I gave you film. Whoa. No, you didn't. Ain't no motherfucking film in here. Ain't no pictures in here. Fuck is you talking about? Needless to say, he didn't admit his wrong. He got in touch with security. They came out there. Terminated the trailer. Wasted all my fucking food. Sent my wife home. Took my ass back to my cell. Locked me up. And gave me a tier 3. Because the film is a security issue. They don't know if I took pictures of the towers, officers' cars. They don't know what the fuck I did. They got to treat this shit like it's a security issue. But I knew they knew this shit was bullshit when they didn't take me to the box. Then after hearing, no matter how much I fought that shit and proved this nigga didn't give me the film, they served me. But when they served me, they didn't give me time to send me out to jail. So they let me know indirectly, yeah, listen, we know he fucked up. Hold it down. Whole bunch of business. But I'm fighting this shit tooth and nail, bro. I'm fighting this shit. Gotta get this shit off my record. I gotta get back out on these trailers. So I'm fighting this shit, my man. And sometimes we get lost in fights where you get so caught up in the fight, you lose the war. You understand what I'm saying? Or sometimes you get so much caught up in the fight, you forget what's the prize. And I got caught up in that fight, son. I was on it. Lower Library, fighting this shit. Thirsty to get back on the trailer, son. I'm down on visits every weekend with my motherfucking wife. Every weekend, every day, every family event. Yo, nigga, I want a trailer. Fuck this. Not knowing, my man, that I'm so stressed out. The stress is taking over my body. This is real talk. This had to be man, they took the trailers in February. Yeah, this had to be around April. 2 months later. No more than 3. No more. 60 to 90 days. I remember being at a program with my big homie Steph. Shout out to big homie Steph. Salutes. Free Steph. From Red Hook. It's my big bro. So I'm down at a program with Steph one day. We chilling. And I said, yo, Steph, I haven't eaten in 9 days. That nigga Steph said, fuck you mean you ain't eating 9 days? I'm like, yo, I don't got no appetite. Like, I'm playing ball every morning at rec. I'm hitting the bar every afternoon. I'm not hitting no weight because I don't have the strength. I'm not eating, you know what I'm saying? I'm just running up and down the fucking basketball court and on the pull-up bar. And I'm disappearing. Niggas is like, yo, you losing mad weight. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck going on? So now my wife like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, I don't know. I'm going, go to sick call. Go to sick call, doing that. I'm doing the in-house shit with the in-house doctors. They can't get nowhere. And I kid you not, son. The queen that saved my life. In more ways than one. Oh, hell no. Well, that was her name in Fishkill. Miss O, hell no. She said, oh, hell no. My wife was on the phone. She was all up in Albany. Yo, get my husband some medical attention. What the fuck is the deal? I love you for that. They got my ass out of that hospital, out that jail. I went to Albany, man. I had some endoscopy done. Yeah, that's when they go down your throat. I had the endoscopy done. I had the blood work done. I had to drink that other, the big, nasty, fake milkshake shit. Illuminate my system on the x-ray machine. We did all that. All the blood work. Test for every disease you could think of. I get back to the jail. I'm waiting for all my test results, all this stupid shit. I get a call out to the hospital maybe a week later. The doctor's on the TV screen. He says, Mr. Bailey, I got all your results. Everything, boom, everything looks great. So I'm like, fuck you mean everything looks great? He like, there's no ulcers. There's nothing cancerous. There's nothing here. I said, impossible, man. I lost 40, 50 pounds in like 60 days. I'm not eating. Like, this is impossible. Something's wrong with me. I have a stab wound. They cut a piece of my intestines. That shit could be triggering something. Like, something's wrong with me. He said, nah. I kid you not. He said, I want you to walk me through the last 6 months of your life. I said, the last 6 months of my life? He was like, yeah. Okay. You know what the first place I started, right? They took my fucking trailers. Yeah. He listened to me. Of course, I ain't say it like that to the doc. But I expressed myself. He listened to me. He said, yo, man, you ever heard the saying, stress kills? I said, yeah. He said, you was almost a victim of that. I said, what? He said, you stressed your body into a condition where it almost killed you. If you were to continue to stress, ain't no telling how that would have ended. Yo, that shit blew my mind, son. I said, word. He was like, yeah. He said, yo, try not to stress. Try to take better care of yourself. And if you need another consultation, we'll go through the proper measures so that I can speak to you again. I was like, all right. I couldn't believe that shit. Yeah, all right. But I had a conversation with a brother, Jossie. Shout out Jossie. He was one of them well-educated brothers at the time in the jail. I had a history with him. I knew him since 98. It's 10 years later. I pulled him up. Yo, bro, because he worked in the PACE program. So I was like, yo, bro, let me have a conversation with you. Yo, like, this is what the doctor told me, bro. And he sat me down. and was like, yeah, man, like one-on-one. And he was telling me like, yo, that man ain't lie to you, bro. Like, this is what it is. He gave me some pamphlets. Word. He educated me on stress, all that shit, son. Shout out John C. So now I gotta relate this shit to my wife. Yo, this is what it is. And we both like, word? The fuck? And I kid you not, man, if I'm lying, I'm flying, man. You know when I bounce back? You know when I start banging out again in the weight pal and creatine gang again? You know when I bounce back? As soon as they gave me back my motherfucking trailers. I kid you not, bro. This shit was crazy. Ask anybody who was in that jail. They gave the trailers back, and it was like my body never went through that shit. I was back to 225 on the long ball curls. Oh, greatest show on earth. Talking shit. Working out with Big Nat. Shout out Big Nat. Know what I'm saying? Like, it was like it never happened. That shit was crazy. Word the mother. But it was the queen that saved my life, bro. She was not letting me die in that motherfucking jail. Nah. Salutes. Word the mother. She tore that door down and made sure they got me that outside medical attention. Word up. She made sure your boy was good. Yeah, man, it was a couple of times, man, throughout that journey at Shawanga, man, where my wife had to step up. I remember one time, man, they was the police in the bubble in the block. He dropped the ball with the phone calls for the visits and the family event, and he ain't tell me they called me. And my wife was sitting down there on the event waiting. I don't know what's going on. I'm just sitting in the block. And she damn near going crazy. But she doing that shit with some diplomacy. Because remember, these dudes in these offices were once her peers. So she can't be the angry black woman. That's not cool. So she damn near, but that shit written all over her face. Her choice of words and her etiquette is another story. So everybody peeping this shit. She handling these motherfucking officers. Shit, she retired with more time on the job than some of them. So she down there, ooh, and niggas is watching this shit. So they finally called me, Bailey. All right, cool. I get down there. I'm thinking she came late. I get down there, and before I could get, as soon as I walk through the door, before I get to my wife, I remember one of my mans pulled me up. Yo, son, come here. I'm like, yo, your wife is furious. I'm like, what happened? They was like, nah, they don't want no problems with Miss Bailey, shit. Like, what happened? He like, yo, man, she been down here forever. She was wilding. So I'm like, yo, word. So I'm thinking, damn, man, my wife done spazzed the fuck out. She's my A-alike, bro. And y'all motherfuckers seen me act the fool when I go 0 to 100. Not saying it's cool. Not saying motherfuckers lose conscience and just go there and it's right. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I will go 0 to 100 if you fuck with me. And she my A-alike. So I'm like, oh, she done spazzed out down here. So when I go to her, I'm like, yo, you all right? She like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, yo, what happened? She like, I'm good. So I'm like, yo, you spazzed out? She like, nah, I would never do that. I'm too much of a lady. Yeah, my wife prissy like that. I'm too much of a lady. She said, but I checked that shit. That's why you down here right now. I was like, all right, say no more. Yeah, man. Sometimes my wife would be sunny. Sometimes my wife would be Big Edge. And lately, all this crazy shit been going on. My wife been Big Edge, kid. The homies is meeting Big Edge. Word the mother. But anyway, we went through some shit, man. And I got a message to dudes out there, man. From 2008 to 2012, I had a ride in Shawanga that was crazy, son. With my wife being retired and my other family members being on the job, and we all black, bro. Let's keep it 100. We black folk. Them white folks ain't like that shit, man. They ain't like that shit. So I had a big bullseye on my fucking back. But at the same time, it was a situation where we just can't do what we want to this nigga because the family gonna scream and yell. So we gotta do shit to him that affects him with hopes that it affects her. Because let me tell you something. They was trying everything and anything to break my marriage. And when I say break my marriage, mean they was trying to do everything and anything to discourage my wife. This is, once again, this is my personal opinion. I don't speak for her. My wife can speak for herself, and she will do that. In due time, she will do that. I'm speaking for me. This is my opinion. They were trying to break my marriage. They was trying to discourage my wife and make her say, yo, it's too much, or yo, I can't take it. That's my personal opinion, because I believe in the divide and conquer syndrome. I believe that shit is real. So my message is this. All y'all dudes out there that's listening, that may be locked up somewhere, I'm going to say Rikers Island or up north New York. That's all I really know. But across the country, if y'all tapped in, y'all subscribe to Big Fruit, and y'all support what I do, I support what y'all do. So this is what my message to all the brothers on lockdown that got access to me. You doing what you do, and a situation arrives with you and an officer. I'm talking to the males and females behind them walls. And shit just happened, man, because man, God put people in your life for a reason, man. And if God put a person in your life when you in that situation and shit go the way it's supposed to go for you, the way God planned it, it ain't gonna be no easy ride, bruh. The Big Fruit story is about my journey with my wife. Yeah, I must admit, the Big Fruit story started off horrific because it's different from the LG story. The LG story with St. Laz, where I was a part of with Mikey, Puerto Rican Mikey, salute, shout out Puerto Rican Mikey. We came through the door with the message that we created a lot of pain. And LG story was to take away some of that pain. So the LG story is totally different from the Big Fruit story. In the LG story, I couldn't proceed without expressing what took place with me in LG. And I did that. And I think it was my best work with St. Laz. I honestly feel that. If you could ever go back and check it out, I think it was episode 5 of the LG story. Once again, the title was When I Fired That Shot. Today, that title seems a little insensitive. And I'm apologize for myself and St. Laz for using that title 6 months ago. But 6 months ago, the title, the video, was a success. I think we had over 15,000 views today. And my message on the video was received well. People approved of my message. I got a lot of compliments about my message. I didn't get no backlash about my message. And that's the episode where I express my remorse. I gave it up. I gave it up. And I always told lads, yo man, why this shit ain't do more views? This was the best shit I did. He was like, yo, it's so positive. People kind of shy away from the positive. But soon as I throw on some crazy shit about Rikers Island, it's 30,000 views. What the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? Me and Laz used to laugh about it. But if you could ever go check it out, it was my best work to date on Say Laz. But I say that to say, man, it's all about messages, man, and correcting our wrongs. And like I say, I don't want to keep sidetracking, trying to give different messages. But I started out with the message for the people on lockdown. Listen, bro. If God put somebody in your life, man, and it go down, understand that shit ain't gonna be easy, bro. Cause it wasn't easy, man. It wasn't easy. So I'm gonna continue to give out messages. Now, my message to my subscribers and supporters, as well as you viewers that just view shit to be nosy. This is my message. Once again, the Big Fruit story is different from the LG story. And the Big Fruit story started off horrific. And I deeply apologize for the way it started out. Because I can't sit here and express to you who I am today, who this man is today that sit before you and ask for your trust and support without you knowing who I am. I can't do that. And in the process of me telling you who I am, I must elaborate on where I come from and the things I've done that made me the man I am today. And that starts with that accidental shooting 30 years ago, over 30 years ago, something like that. Now, that accidental shooting, you may have heard, I know I've heard 4 versions other than myself 30 years ago. Today I'm hearing multiple versions other than those 4. And then you have, finally, after 30 years, you have my version. I say that to say we're not going to dispute versions. It doesn't matter. Because it's one thing we all agree on. It was an accident. We all are repeating those words. It was an accident. So it doesn't matter whose point of view, who think this, who saw this, I heard this. It don't even matter no more. Because we all agree it was an accident. And moving forward with that, I want to say this message. My life story doesn't start and end there. So please don't think that's what this is, where I just want to talk about that. I don't wish to talk about that. But at the same time, I understand that is a tattoo on my body that I will wear till my dying day. I'm going to wear that tattoo until my dying day, which means until my dying day, people are going to ask me about that situation. And I'm going to pick and choose when I talk about it, when I don't talk about it. Because at the end of the day, it's my life. I'm sorry other people got caught in the crossfire when I sat up here and had a fucking YouTube fight with 3 assholes. I straight lost it. Forgot who the fuck I am. Stooped down to their level and got caught up in this YouTube shit. And in that process, bro, I lost it. And I say I lost it because I didn't consider nobody but me. Ego, pride. Y'all listening to me, man? There's always going to be a message in this shit. My ego and my pride let me go to 0 to 100. When I knew I was going to go 0 to 100, I honestly admit, I tried to reach out to people to get somebody to calm me down. I tried. I ain't listen to them niggas, man. I ain't listen. I ain't listen to them niggas. So I want y'all to understand, my people, niggas that love me, they not saying, yo, fuck that, They was like, bro, no. No, ignore that shit. I'm like, yo, that shit is easier said than done. They like, bro, no. And I ain't listen. Ego, pride. That shit I have you doing some of the worst shit in the world. Just like the accidental shooting. Ego, pride. I'm going to get back to that. Okay, now. I go 0 to 100 on these 3 idiots. And I violated Lakeisha Shondell, man. I didn't do her right. I did her a disservice by expounding on certain things. She ain't had nothing to do with that shit. I didn't take her into consideration. I didn't take her kids into consideration. Her family. My family. I said, I'm being honest with you, bro. Only person I thought about was me. And sometimes you gotta throw yourself out there, man, and take one for the team. And I should have took that one for the team. And I didn't. That was some coward shit I did. Real talk. I should have took one for the team. I'm Big Fruit. I could have ate that. And I didn't. Shame on me. Real talk. So I want to apologize, man, to the people. More importantly, the family. But I also want to apologize to the people. Because I could have handled that shit much better. I really could have. But like I say, man, there's always a message in this shit I'm saying, bro. And I'm trying to enlighten people on certain shit. Now, when it comes to them shorties, man, in LG, that's learning who I am and wondering what's going on. Let me say this to you, bro. When you 16 and 17 years old, you should be at home with your mama. You should be playing video games and doing homework. You should be at the gym, putting up shots. You should be at the gym running laps. You should be at the local library with the honeys, rapping. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is what you should be doing, 16 and 17. Working your first part-time job, learning the workforce. This is what y'all need to be doing at 16 and 17. Going to school, getting good grades, contemplating which HBCU you gonna go to. This is what y'all supposed to be doing at 16 and 17. Not in the street. Not ripping and running the street. Not committing petty robberies. Not carrying pistols. Not indulging in hardcore drugs. Cocaine is a hardcore drug for a 16 and 17-year-old individual, whether you're a male or female. Walk with me, y'all. Walk with me. I'm keeping it up top. I need y'all little niggas to understand this shit. Because Big Fruit, that's what the fuck I did. 17 years old. I ain't checking in every night at home. I'm sleeping in somebody else's crib. I'm ripping and running the streets. I'm selling drugs. I'm in and out of state. I'm doing what these 23, 24, 25-year-old niggas is doing. I'm 17, bruh. My brain ain't fully developed. But this is what I'm doing. Hardcore drugs, cocaine, brain chemically imbalanced. I'm 17. No. And all that shit led to me hurting people and me taking somebody's life. That shit wasn't cool, bruh. Like I said on St. Last 6 months ago, and like I tried to say here in episode 1. But I'm going to say it today again in episode 6, this season finale. On my wrap-up, I'm going to say it again. With my message to these little dudes out there, bro. I am who I am. Ain't no pride. Ain't no glorification. And none of that shit that happened with me. That's a tattoo I'm going to wear for the rest of my life. I'm going to be questioned and judged for the rest of my life. But only God could judge me. I'm going to go through that. And as long as there's breath in my lungs, and there's little dudes out there that need to hear what I have to say because I might save their life, I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to get better at dealing with these fucking idiots. I ain't going to pay them no attention. And I'm going to do what I do, bro. And if you're a supporter and a subscriber, I'm going to support you as well. As for the haters and the naysayers, they can eat my smoke, kid. They can eat my smoke. Because this train is riding. We keeping it moving. We moving forward. Just like that beautiful queen taught me how to evolve in life and grow from a child to a man. That's what we're going to do here on the Big Fruit Podcast. We're going to evolve and we're going to grow. We're going to keep doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. We're going to end the queen that saved my life right there in Shawanga. You know what I mean? All those stupid ass parole boards. I ain't even going to go to Woodburn. I ain't even going to go to the time allowance committee. Yeah, I told you they did me dirty, man. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. They got every day out of me with this fucking Pataki era violent crime. If I'd had life, I'd have probably made a board. I honestly felt that way. I honestly thought that. If I would have had life at the end of my bid, I would have made a parole board. I think they held me because, yo, we got to let them go anyway. Get every day you can out of them. I honestly felt that way. And plus, he married one of ours. Yeah, keep his ass in here. I felt that way. Not my wife. Me. I speak for me. I felt that way. You know what I'm saying? Because they could have been let me go. I was ready to be cut loose at my third board. They made me see a fourth one. And they made me see her. But that's neither here nor there. The queen that saved my life brought me home right. She cleaned me up. She got me into the workforce. She taught me everything I needed to know. Everything I needed to know about this new way of life for me. And I think I'm winning out here. I hit the ground running, working, and giving back to my community and taking care of my family. I created my own businesses. And I'm going to talk about YouTube. This is not a business. I created my own businesses. You know what I'm saying? I did everything right. And none of this shit would have been accomplished without that good woman by my side, bro. Not behind me, by my side. And we have a relationship where I'll take the step back and get behind her before anything. Because she built like that. She built like that. Real talk. But like I say, bro, I'm going to end this segment. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to end this segment. The Incarceration of Fruitquan. The queen that saved my life. I hope y'all really enjoyed it. I hope y'all enjoyed my closing with my messages to my victim's family. My messages to the youth. And my messages to the incarcerated brothers and sisters. Yeah, I had to get them in there too. Those my people. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to them, I'm going to end it on this note. Those visits, if you got a loved one in prison, especially New York State, whether it's male or female, those visits, those family events, and those FRP trailer visits, conjugal visits, are the most important thing the black family have when you're dealing with an incarcerated family member. Do not let the state of New York take that from y'all. Those brothers died in Attica for that reason. They fought and died for that reason. That is the most important thing to the black family with incarcerated family members. Those visits, those family events, and those FRP trailer conjugal visits. So I'm talking to the prisoners and their families. Do not let them take that from y'all. Real talk. Listen, man, I'm up out of here. Episode 6. This is the season finale. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Now I got to go back to the lab and think what I'm going to record next. I got hit in the comments. Y'all know I read them. Brother asked for a story on World. I gave it to you. Somebody asked for a story on Nut. Yo, Nut, I love you, bro. I gotta tell it. I'ma clean it up. You gonna look right. I ain't gonna do you dirty. I'm learning what not to say on this motherfucker. I got you, big homie. Yeah, I'ma tell him this shit, man, because the world need to know. You's a funny motherfucker. I love you, boy. Listen, man, I'm gonna get up out of here on this season finale, man. Like I said, if you support Big Fruit, I rock with you, you rock with me. As for the naysayers and the haters, man, y'all can eat my smoke, because this train is moving. Salutes.